Welcome to the DesignaKnit 9 video learning library. In this tutorial, we'll be working in standard garment styling section of the program. In the previous several videos, we learned how to create our first sweater and how to make modifications to it to make second and third sweaters. This time, we're going to really play and fool DesignaKnit into creating things that it doesn't think it can do. We're going to make a new garment. This time it's going to be for an adult female, a sweater. Right now we're going to say straight sleeves, a round neckline, and straight across the back. We can always make changes later. I'm going to knit this on a knitting machine. I'm going to be using my 970. I'm going to say my tension is going to be approximately 7 and 10 stitches and rows. And once I get my actual tension swatch, I will come back in here and make the fine-tune adjustments to the actual tension. This time, casual ease is fine. Standard size. Now we have adult females in here. I'm going to pick this 40-inch bust line, which is 102 centimeters. Okay. And now I have a sweater peeking out. So what we want to do is, let's just save this and delete this sleeve. And let's say File, Save As. And we still want to save this as sweaters for this family, but this is a sweater for me. And number 1, save. Now let's play. What I really want is I want this to be a nice short sleeve summer tunic length top. And the way that we do that is we fool DesignaKnit. The first thing is, because this is going to be a summer top, I don't need ribbing. I'm going to use a cute picot edge cast on. So let's go into the styling for the body, and let's say the rib is 0. Perfect. So let's do the same thing for the sleeve. The cuff should be 0. See? Now, let's do the sliding for the neckline. Same thing. It's going to be a cute crochet picot edge, 0. Okay, so now it's starting to look like a summer top. The next thing is to fool DesignaKnit into thinking that it's short sleeved and have it do it for us automatically. And we go into the adjust the existing measurements manually. And here's my measurements, and my arm length, instead of coming from here all the way down to here, I'm only going to want it to come here. And so I'm going to make my arm a short little stubby 10 inches. And my upper arm is 13, and the wrist now is going to be too small to go over my upper arm. And so I'm going to change the wrist measurement and the wrist ease to match the upper arm. Okay. And look at short sleeved. How hard was that? I would like to go into the body styling, and let's put in a little bit of a shoulder drop, 1/2 inch. That's better. And I think we could make this just a little bit narrower so that we have a little bit of shaping here. So let's go in here to the wrist and let's drop this from 13 inches to 11. And now I have it perfect. Now we also wanted this to be a tunic. So in my adjustment to the measurements, my nape to garment length is not going to be waist length. It's going to be longer, and I'm going to say I want it to be 31 inches from the neckline to the hip. And now I have a tunic. So let's say File, Save As, and we're going to call this Short Sleeve Tunic 1. And then I've decided, well, I actually quite like this, but I really would like to have this also as a cardigan. And I'm going to go here, select my garment type, and I'm just going to say that this should be a cardigan with set-in sleeves. Okay. It's going to look at the ease again because we're going from straight drop shoulder to set-in sleeves. That's okay. I want to keep the classic ease. Okay. And look at, here's my short stubby little sweater sleeve. And here's my sweater short sleeve tunic length. Now, this is perfect because I did not want overlap here because this is going to be this cute picot crocheted edge, and the crochet is going to go down here, and I'm going to have some fun frog button closure. And if you don't want the length for that particular one, you can up the length and make it a little bit shorter. Let's say it's going to be 27 inches. And now I have something that's not quite as short. File, Save As, Short Sleeve, and this isn't a tunic anymore. We're just going to call this Cardigan 1. Now when I go in here to my thumbnails, and my default directory is set to the sweaters for the family right now, here's all the sweaters that I made. Here's 2 for my husband. Here's another one that we turned into a cardigan for my husband. Here's our first tunic. Here's another one that's been changed. And here's a sweater for me that we first started with. So we started with this, we turned it into a short sleeve tunic, and we turned it into a cardigan. Perfect. And if I wanted to load this up, I would just click here and load it up, and see, look at how short this little sleeve is. And there you go. And you're ready to print out your instructions. Of course, this would be fun in a really cute lace stitch pattern. And you're going to go up under tensions and you're going to put in your exact gauge and save it, and then resave the file, and then print out your knitting instructions or knit from screen. Thank you.